The day after my father died, the world looked the same. Cars still passed down the street. People still argued over parking spots. Children still laughed from balconies. It was strange how life didn't pause, just because mine felt like it should. I stayed in my truck for a long time, hands on the wheel, staring at nothing. Not crying. Not angry. Just empty in a way I'd never felt before. When my phone buzzed, I ignored it. On the third buzz, I checked. It was Mom. "Call me when you can, please." 5 minutes later, a text from Jeremy. "Funeral home at 3 p.m. We need you here, Dan, whether you think so or not." I sighed. Death makes people forget their roles. Even the broken ones. I turned the key and drove. The funeral home. The room smelled like old flowers and new grief. Mom sat in a chair near the front, hands clasped so tightly they were turning white. She looked smaller than I remembered. Like life had folded her in half. When she saw me, she stood. "Daniel." It wasn't the way she used to say my name. This time it carried something else. Guilt. Fear. And something that scared me more than both. Hope. "I didn't think you would come," she whispered. "I didn't come for him," I replied. Honest. Cold. Necessary. She nodded, tears spilling anyway. Jeremy walked up behind her. "We need to talk to the director. About expenses." I raised a hand. "It's handled." They both froze. "What?" Mom breathed. I shrugged. He was my father. Flawed. Complicated. But mine. I'll take care of the arrangements. Mom covered her mouth with her hands, suddenly shaking. "Why?" she whispered. "You owed him nothing." I inhaled slowly. No, but I owed myself closure. The will. After the service, the lawyer asked if we could go to his office. "There are documents you need to see." We sat in a small conference room, the air heavy. The lawyer opened a folder. "Your father updated his will 2 weeks ago," he said. I blinked. 2 weeks before he. "Yes, he asked me to file it immediately." Jeremy leaned forward. "So what did he leave?" The lawyer adjusted his glasses. "He left everything to Daniel." Silence. Then Jeremy frowned. "I'm sorry, what?" The lawyer repeated. "Everything. Bank accounts. Personal belongings. Pension. And the pending sale of his remaining assets." I felt the room tilt. Mom gripped the edge of the table. "But he hated that Daniel took the house." The lawyer shook his head. "He didn't hate him. He hated himself." And he asked me to read something aloud. He unfolded a handwritten letter. My father's handwriting, uneven, shaky. The room went still. "To my son, Daniel asterisk. You were the only one who ever fought for something real. Even when it was me you were fighting against. I wronged you more ways than I can count, and you owed me nothing. But if there is anything left of me worth giving, it belongs to you. Use it for something better than I ever built. Tell Jeremy it isn't punishment. Tell your mother I did love her. And tell yourself it wasn't your fault. Dad." The room blurred slightly, but I didn't cry. I just breathed. Deep, steady, alive. Jeremy leaned back, stunned. Mom sobbed uncontrollably. I closed my eyes. His last apology wasn't to my face. But it was real. And that was enough. The visit. That evening, I returned to Carter House. Lights glowed softly through the windows. The sounds of laughter drifted from the common room. A group of veterans playing cards. I stood on the porch, looking at the house that had taken years of pain, and somehow turned it into purpose. Inside, on the dining table, lay a letter. My name written on the front. Jeremy must have left it. I opened it slowly. "Dan." I know Dad left everything to you. And honestly, he was right too. But for what it's worth, I don't want anything from him. Not the money. Not his things. Not his legacy. I just want my brother back. If you'll let me. Jay. I sat down, letter in hand. For years, I'd believed my family didn't want me. For years, I carried their silence like armor. But now, there was no one left to fight. Just choices. I walked outside and called Jeremy. He answered on the first ring. You okay? He asked. No, I said honestly. But I want to try. He let out a shaking breath. Yeah, he whispered. Me too. A new dawn. A week later, I used part of my father's inheritance to renovate the upstairs wing of Carter House, turning it into counseling offices and emergency rooms for incoming veterans. I hung a small plaque in the hallway, in memory of those who hurt us, and those we chose to become instead. Jeremy started volunteering on weekends. Mom sent homemade meals sometimes. Small steps. Imperfect ones. But steps. And as I watched the sun rise over Carter House, warming the cold porch where I once felt alone, I realized something. Not every story ends with redemption. Not every wound gets a clean closure. Not every parent becomes the hero we needed. But sometimes, the truth is enough to set you free. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't living in the echo of his lies. I was living in the sound of my own future.